Hi, this is my first entry about my cast experience, the Book Buddies. So I recently started, I organized a book club for IB juniors, and we recently had our first meeting on, I believe it was the 23rd. So yeah, this past Saturday, the 23rd, from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m., we had a meeting that was based on the past two sections of Stamped by Jason Reynolds. So in the past 2 weeks, we've been reading Stamped. We read the first two sections, and then we decided to meet on this past Saturday to talk about, just our thoughts about the book, how it's written, and basically just what we think about it. It was a great time. I had a lot of fun. We ended up talking much longer than we were originally supposed to. We were only supposed to meet for like an hour. We were supposed to meet from 1 to 2 p.m., but we got very heated, so we went longer. And I had a lot of discussion questions. As you can see, I had a few more than that because I wrote a few on a Google Doc. So I had lots of discussion questions, lots of very in-depth questions about the book, and it was a great experience. I definitely enjoyed it a lot. I felt like we really got to talk about not only racism in depth, which is like the main idea of the book, but we also got to talk about other injustices in the USA, which is, it was a nice talk. Okay, now I'm gonna move to learning outcomes. One of the first learning outcomes is identify own strengths and develop areas of growth. So, regarding this, I think that I'm getting a lot better at becoming a leader and organizing these types of things, which I'm excited about, because I feel that organization is something that I personally need to work on, and leadership is always something that I need to work on. So getting this experience of actually organizing this book club all by myself and, updating people, communicating with them, telling them what's going on, organizing these meetings, telling everyone what they need to read during a period of time and when our meetings are going to be. Yeah, it just takes a lot of communication, leadership, organization, and I think in that way I'm growing a lot, which I'm excited for. Yeah. So I think that the fact that I also made a lot of discussion questions helped a lot. So I think that was definitely a strength of mine, a very good idea of mine, because, the dynamic in like a group call is a lot different from in person. People don't really want to talk that much, so I figured we'd need discussion questions to keep conversation going. So I felt like it was a good idea on my part, because it got us talking and it got us actually discussing the book. So, yeah, I think that was a good idea. Second learning outcome, demonstrate how to initiate and plan a cast experience. As I've said before in my other entries, this experience definitely takes a lot of initiation and planning on my part. I have to make sure I'm telling the members when we're meeting, how many pages they need to read before we meet, etc., etc. Yeah. That also played a big part in this previous meeting, because, I had to delegate between the people in my group. They're very passionate, especially Jasmine, so I had to delegate and be like, okay, so Jazz is done talking, now it's Allie's turn, who's been waiting for a few minutes. So in that way, I'm kind of, initiating and leading the group, and yeah. Number 3, show commitment to and perseverance in cast experiences. This definitely takes a lot of effort, especially on my part, because I'm organizing the whole thing. So, just committing to that effort and finding time in my schedule with my crazy amount of homework. Just finding that time to commit to what I'm doing and to keep the book club running smoothly. I think that takes a big part in perseverance and commitment to the experience. Number 4, demonstrate the skills and recognize the benefits of working collaboratively. I think that this experience has been a great opportunity for working together, although it might not seem like it at first because I am running the book club by myself, but I think the collaboration comes in when we meet. So talking about, what we think about the book, what we think about racism and these big ideas that are going on in the book, how we feel about them, and how we differ in our feelings. I think that takes a lot of collaboration, and I think it's really interesting and exciting to see that work in a book club, especially with a book like the book we're studying, Stamped, is very heavily into like social injustice that's still going on today. So it's talking about the history of racism in the USA, and that is a big topic, right? And I'm sure many of us have different opinions on it and everything. So getting to work collaboratively, whether we agree or not on what we're discussing, is a very fun experience, and I think it grows us as people. I also think that another benefit of working collaboratively is that we can figure out what time works best for us, because I don't want to be like the type of leader that's like, okay, we're going to meet here, here, here. Yeah, you have to be there. That's it. Because realistically, that's not going to happen, because as IB students, we're very busy people. We constantly have things to do outside of school and inside of school. Like, we have lots of homework, we have extracurriculars. So obviously, we're going to have to work collaboratively in order to figure out a good schedule for all of us. So I think that has been a good opportunity as well, that we get to work collaboratively in scheduling, because I know me, myself, I'm very busy. So, getting to work with my IB book club members and figuring out what time works best for us for our meetings it's been a good opportunity. And lastly, recognize and consider the ethics of choices and actions. I like running a book club because 1, it grows me as a leader. 2, I miss my friends so much. Like, I miss seeing them. So, yeah. What's that? Please leave. Autumn, I'm talking. Leave. I'm sorry, that was my sister. So yeah, I really miss my friends a lot. Like, a lot. So getting to see them again, even if it is, across the screens, is nice, because I don't really get to see them that much anymore. Because, yeah, there's a huge disconnect, even with school, because everyone has their cameras off, etc., etc. So getting to see them again is really awesome. And I enjoy, specifically, like, with the book we're reading, I enjoy talking about heavy topics and discussing them, so then we can become more well-rounded people and all. We can discuss our own opinions and, keep ourselves open-minded, and we can use our critical thinking skills to basically think about and develop our own opinion. And yeah. Alright, that's all I got. See you later.